What's going on, y'all? Fort Worth Fabian, man. We back with a video. We're finna hop right into women are having meltdowns over Trump's new EBT food stamps requirements, man. Be sure to like the video, comment down below. Let me know y'all's thoughts. Let's go.
That's Donald Trump, man. He ain't right, man. He cut the food stamps off. That was wrong, man. When he cut them food stamps off, I didn't see nobody posting no plates that week. Motherfuckers used to be on there. I got that mashed potato with the rice, with the gravy. They was posting God quotes all that week.
Story of a lot of folks' lives. When people always post the styrofoam food plates on social media like they're Gordon Ramsaying it up, and it's like, dude, and they made some ramen or something like that. It's like, let's keep it a buck. Give me a break.
This too shall pass.
Pauline, how many children do you have?
3.
You're expecting another one?
Yes.
How old are you?
21.
You have enough children, Pauline?
Yes.
Did anybody ever tell you that?
Yes.
Who else told you that?
Judge
Everybody.
Judy Savage.
So add my voice to the rest of the pack. You have enough children, there are other things to do in your spare time.
Stuff. This is not me, y'all. I'm
The mom
fighting
you
for
needed.
my life. Y'all killing me with this.
Get your big nasty ass up, go get in the tub. Get in the tub now, right now.
Guys, it looks like the Trump administration has allegedly put a pause on a lot of the EBT SNAP programs, and some states are even changing their policies and recommendations when it comes to who can continue to get these stamps. And we see a whole lot of women who have been taking advantage of this system now for decades, and they are having complete meltdowns about it. Let's get right into it.
For thousands of Metro Atlantans are finding out they are no longer eligible for food stamps. The change affects Cobb, Gwinnett, and Hall counties. Chancellor Sophia Choi is live in Cobb County. And Sophia, this involves able-bodied adults who are now required to go to work.
Got him. Got him.
So Trump ain't playing, y'all. This was effective almost immediately. I got this in the mail. If you're an able-bodied adult without dependents, you need to be working because you will not be receiving food stamps anymore. Okay? Yeah. And when you are eligible to receive these food stamps, it would only be every 3 months out of every 3 years. So within a 3-year period, 36 months, it would only be 9 out of those 36 months. Yeah, get a job.
So I got a letter from the food stamp office, DFACS, saying they would cut me off if I don't volunteer for 20 hours a week for $292 a month. That breaks down to like $3 an hour. That is insane. Job hunting is a full-time.
I get food stamps. I get WIC. I get state medical insurance. My kids get free lunch. This thing that's happening, is it true? Like, am I gonna have food stamps next month? Are my kids gonna be able to eat lunch after Monday? Am I gonna get WIC next month? Can I fill my prescriptions next week? Does anyone know what's really going on and like how it's working? Because I know it's supposed to go into effect at like 5 o'clock tonight, but then a judge put the school lunch part off until Monday. But how am I supposed to buy food next month? How am I supposed to buy milk next month? What are my kids gonna eat at school and at home? And how am I supposed to pay for my medication? Any answers would be
We get the picture.
How many days?
This is my thing here. Like, I don't know anybody's particular situation. You know, everybody's got a unique situation as to why they may be put in a. Some people just abuse the system naturally. So you'll have two sides of the coin, right? But with that being said, the parameters I'm not fully educated on what's required now moving forward for those who are dependent on government funds. But point being is, if you have some folks who's naturally abusing the system to where this is kind of a check in a statement, a reality pickup for some of them. But on the other hand, if you're not able or capable to have balance a job and you need government assistance because you have a full-fledged family, like a lot of kids, you a single parent. That's where I go into the fact everybody's situation is unique, and I don't know what they got going. I'm not here to judge, but honestly, there's the people. I think we have the merry-go-round hitting and focusing on the folks that have been abusing the system, and now it's like that side is affected, while simultaneously you have the hard, honest people affected. But we've had the world spinning away to where like we always cater to those in need, and now it seems like things are being flipped on, upside down in a sense, to where those who've been catered in need and been having who gets neglected on the opposite side, those without and those that are lacking. So the two sides to the coin statement, like I said,
it has been 8 days, 8 fucking days, y'all, and I'm tired, honey. I'm tired.
And you notice how there's one like stigma being one picture being painted throughout all these clips.
Was gonna get on here and just go on a rant, but I was just like, you know what? I'm not even gonna say anything. Now they attacking the food stamps, the government assistance, and all that good stuff. We on day 8, y'all. We on day 8. What's next? It seems like every time I literally roll over, I don't even get the crust out of my eyes yet. I barely be awake, honey. And I literally tap the first app. The first app. It might be IG, it might be over here. And the first thing I see.
The first app you tap as you roll out of bed is IG. Telling of this generation, right?
It's something else about what Trump is fucking up. Something else he changing. Some else he pausing. Some else he doing away with. And you know what I don't see? What I barely see these days? His supporters rallying and windmilling in the comments. Where y'all at? I ain't heard a peep from you motherfuckers.
This is the thing, like when change starts happening, change is supposed to affect the bigger picture on the back end. Initially, it's like as you grow and adjust or fit, maybe you're growing and you're fitting into a new set of clothes. Like they could not make sense at first, or it could not have a snug fit, but over time you grow into it and things change and it's adaptable and it's the prime thing that you needed for advancement. So when change happens up front, people squirming and well he's stopping this, it's affecting us. But like in the long run, if you want to look at the better state of maybe the economy, do people think about that and the future of the country when it comes to just like us establishing a structure of longevity? You know what I'm saying? Because Trump's got his moment in office to where someone else is going to step in and everything's going to be upside down all over again. So change doesn't happen overnight, or you being able to see the effect of the change is going to happen immediately. So you got folks like this who's just going to complain regardless. You know, it's like,
hello? So now y'all see
Section 8 and EBT for these people that don't want to get out here and go to work. Your time is up, baby. Y'all, I know most people like us really not feeling Trump, but I'm kind of feeling him on what he's saying about this. Now, how many of y'all have family members, friends, people you know that's been living off Section 8 for 20 years? They rent $3. They don't go to work. Not that they can't go to work. They don't want to go to work. Now, let me say this on the sidebar. They do have some people that need Section 8. Some people that, medically they can't go to work, or, they just can't physically. I get it. I'm not talking to y'all. I'm talking to these ones that your mama been on Section 8 all her life, and she ripping and running and doing this and doing that, and then you seen she was on Section 8, paid $3 rent, so now you as a young girl, because you done got pregnant and you got a baby, you go run out there and get on Section 8, and you ain't working, and you having child after child after child, and y'all all on Section 8 getting food stamps, $1,000 a month, and no, that's all about to stop. That's who I'm talking to. Okay? Trump said that's enough. So for us people that goes to work, that's working, he said you got to have at least 30 hours. Okay? 30 hours a week to qualify for the program. All right? So most of us that work on a regular basis, 30 hours ain't nothing to us.
Right.
This is what we do. So guess what? we gonna be the ones walking around in the grocery store with the big baskets, because we deserve it. All these years, they've been letting people with no
and this
job.
is what kind of like the whole turn and change of, and what I would assume and I perceive the right stands for is like being tired of people who are not pulling their weight, living off of taxpayers' money, essentially. That's what they like. It's that perspective to where hardworking people have to carry the rest of the country's weight. You know what I'm saying? So things are shifting and change. The momentum is changing in that. Like, I think only folks who get really mad over these programs being rolled out now, affecting Section 8 food stamps and having a certain amount of work hours under your belt, is only gonna be for those who and I think like there's gonna be some proof in terms of not proof. There's gonna be some legitimacy behind the back folks who are incapable of working, right? Outside of that, if you're able-bodied, let's get some work in.
They walking around with 2-3 baskets full of groceries, and us hard-working people, we got a little.
The young people that actually can go out there and get a job, but the system is enabling these women to not want to go get a job. Why go get a job when you can just live off the money from the welfare system?
Facts.
And I don't know why everyone is blaming Trump for this, but this is a law that's really been in place this whole time. I just think it was never really enforced.
Y'all know
because people just wanna point the finger, bro.
They make that law about the food stamps, right? I don't know who needed to hear that. Y'all talking about some Trump said if you don't work, he gonna take the stamps. That's not, baby. Biden been in office for 4 years, and that law has been a law for a little minute now. What is he talking about? I'm gonna speak for the state of Kansas and state of Missouri, because them are the states that I've been around. In the state of Kansas and in the state of Missouri, if you did not work at least 15 hours a week or have dependents, or like to even get child care, you had to work at least 15 hours. I'm confused, or you had to be going to school. I'm confused on why y'all said Trump just made that a law. That has not just mysteriously just came up as a law. That's been one. Y'all have to stop believing stuff that y'all see on the internet and actually like know what you're talking about, because one person can make a video and everybody's gonna go wild in it. Just like that video that boy made about the baby daddies being able to carry the child on his taxes. That boy said he made that up and everybody went wild on it. Like, quit believing that everything you hear on the internet is not true. Trump did not do that. I am not sticking up for Trump. I'm just saying that
I'm not sticking up for Trump. You know what I'm saying? There's just folks, and to her point, you gotta quit being ignorant. Some people out here just don't have common sense. They hear what they hear, and it's Trump, and it's people just pointing a finger, not having knowledge of how policies and procedures even work, how the government works, and how the even presidential position works. You know, the full extent of what one's able to do and how long it takes to pass laws and things of that sort. Not like, bruh, some type of dictator or something like that. But it's interesting to see, like, every woman on this has been black, essentially. And it's a sad thing to see that this is how it's, everything's been painted, right? Where essentially, outside of this woman, one white lady, right? But it's sad to see that it's all, and these aren't things that people don't know in the world in terms of, inner city communities and the urban community. But it's just buying into the whole cliches, and I hate to see like the world be painted in pictures to where people want to be on the whole, people will be on the whole I told you so type of narrative, if that makes sense. People are going to be offended by this subject matter, these topic of conversations, but then people are going to immediately have the whole mentality of, pointing the finger, shaming, and saying this is that culture, this is those type of people and things of that sort, bro. People just look at the statistics and, reality the statistics reinforce reality, to be honest.
you have to stop believing everything. And even if he did, where is your faith? You think God ain't gonna have your back? God feed the birds.
To everybody out there who's talking about this is what you voted for when
Facts.
You voted for a Republican because you're mad because they're cutting food stamps, I want to let you all know that I am glad that they are cutting food stamps for people who are able.
It's like the whole angry black lady stigma. But then you got the women that are completely knowledgeable on everything happening and who are hardworking women who aren't dependent on people, paving their way or carrying their load. So like the lady who spoke prior, talking about we've been out here working regardless, we're naturally working people who would be who actually would be allowed or capable to apply for these programs. They get it. But then you got the angry ones, and I think the ones that get mad are the ones who are abusing their power anyway.
Able-bodied adults without a dependent. If you are an able-bodied adult without any dependents, why is it that you are receiving food stamps in the first place? Why is it that you cannot get up and go to work like everybody else since you are an able-bodied adult without dependents? I'm glad that they're cutting food stamps. Now, I am not someone who thinks that nobody should ever get government assistance. You have fallen on hard times. I think it's fine if you need to get government assistance for a time. But I think there should be a limit to how much government assistance a person receives, especially if that person is an able-bodied
She's spitting
adult.
right now.
I've seen so many people abuse this system. If you are an able-bodied,
the whole world is a reality of systems, processes being abused. You got those who finagle, those who don't work hard, those who cut corners. That's just life. So why put it past this or put it beyond this? You know what I mean? It's just the reality. But I like seeing individuals express their frustration because they get it. They get the big picture.
Adult, the government is not the one who is responsible for you. You are the one who is responsible for yourself. It is up to you to take care of yourself. Now,
your life, so you don't have to continue to depend on the government and these food stamps. It was not meant for you to stay on your back, making babies, being comfortable and complacent.
So they're cutting off food stamps in certain counties in Georgia. I'm happy. They should have been did that, people. I don't understand people's fascination with remaining on welfare and receiving some type of benefits for the rest of their lives.
This title misleading because a lot of these women are having meltdowns. They're agreeing with the whole advancement and all these changes of people who are just milking the system. A lot of these women, they get it. You know what I'm saying? They ain't out here living in delusion.
I do not understand that. And people, before y'all jump talking about who chooses welfare, who wants to be on welfare. No, a lot of y'all MFers choose welfare. And how do y'all choose it? Y'all choose these Section 8 living situations where you're going to remain in Section 8 and just pay that minimum amount of rent. And a lot of times that rent is based off your income. So you would not try to better your life to move on because you want to stay at this low rent. And people, a lot of times, it's people of color. I'm not going to say just black people, just Hispanics, but people, I know black people my age that's been in Section 8 all their lives. Their kids are in college. And that person is still in Section 8 getting welfare. I blame the Democrats, people. I blame the Democrats because they made it beneficial for the black men to remain out the home. We all know that the black woman couldn't have the black man in the home with the kids. You know what I'm saying? So they made that beneficial for them. And then if you get caught with a man in the house, whatever, he's not on your lease, yada, yada, or you get married, yada, yada, and they find out, that changes your living situation. So that means you might have to end up paying more rent, and God forbid you have to do that. And people...
She's spitting right now, bro. She is spitting bars right now, dude. And the sad circumstance, like I said, it's the black people, it's black folks, you know what I'm saying? And it's a picture painted, but it's all systematic and everything. I think everything's calculated, man. Everything is calculated. From places being gentrified and certain communities moving into other communities, and you know how cities essentially moving people within. I'm not even gonna get too much into that part of it, but I don't know. When you look at how things have happened throughout generation, throughout decades in the inner city community, man, it's just this destruction, man, poisoning, and not understanding one's true value, worth, what one is able to do, not trying. a lot of excuses one could have, but then there's a lot of things that have been put in play to I don't know what's the word to put down. But she's spitting bars.
Real estate people, they know you can get a house
That's the word,
on
oppress.
Section 8. You can use that Section 8 voucher to help purchase your first-time home. But a lot of people don't know that. They're just worrying about that little $80 rent. They don't want to really maximize that benefit. So I feel like, yes, cut the food stamps off. It's not fair that these lazy-ass adults with no children worrying about food stamps. And before y'all say, oh, the cost of living is too high, well, thank the fucking Democrats. When Trump come into office, I really feel like, and with Elon, you know, like with them doing that transparency and government stuff, they really need to tighten up the welfare system and see who's getting it and see how long they've been in it. Because a lot of these Section 8 lists are long. Why is the wait list so long? Because they're passing these Section 8 properties to generations, like just grandma, mom, grandkid, everybody in the Section 8 house. Like,
if you hate constantly being swarmed by ads, you need to down.
I don't know, man. I don't know. There's a lot of work that needs to be done.
President Donald Trump did not come to play. He out here changing up things left and right. He been signing things left and right ever since he got in office. Donald Trump says, working people, you can get food stamps now. If you need a little extra help, look, come get these stamps. So I don't know who gave people the idea that because you had a job that you didn't need no extra help. Trump stepped in the game and he like, look, you can still work. You can work, but we still gonna give you a little extra help.
This is my thing. Like, there's so many stories of people. The point of presidency and running the country and making the best decisions for the people of America is hearing stories and the voices like this. You want to paint a picture of an individual who's just evil, and when Trump's in office, it's over. Oh my God. But you don't listen to him being an advocate for laws and passing programs that help families with unique situations like this. There's those who don't have it all, but there's those who have a little bit but still need a little bit of assistance. Like, so I just don't understand how people, you can't speak for everybody. There's always going to be somebody who's upset with how things are pertaining to themselves. There's their own situation. It didn't work out for them. It's not to their benefit. But hard choices have to be made for the longevity and the betterment of the country. So it's just like, man, there's stories like this to where people are still appreciative of the decisions and choices Trump makes as president.
And the ladies or whoever that's been laying around at home not doing nothing, receiving all the SNAP benefits, getting all the food stamps. Oh, y'all finna get up and do something. Donald Trump been doing the best that he can for everybody. It's hard trying to please all these different races, all these different genders, all these different personalities. It's hard trying to do that. And I feel like he's trying his very best to be fair, but it's not even so much about the food stuff. It's the fact that he's trying to be fair with everybody and he's still being condemned. Who cannot be for President Donald Trump? Who cannot have his back? Y'all leave in the comments to tell me what y'all think about this.
But I do like their ideal of giving food stamps only to working class families, people that can actually use and need that money. I'm not saying they got to get thousands of dollars every month, but they can give these middle class families who need it a couple of extra $100 about they want to be girl bosses. Well, this is their opportunity. Sometimes people got to be forced into action and greatness. Be creative. You guys on social media all day, sell products off social media, start a TikTok shop. I got true faith in these women that if the food stamps get cut off, they will find another way to make some money. But anyways, you guys be sure.
I like this fool's perspective. At least he uplifted towards the end, you know what I'm saying? Gave a little tidbits about, like, man, start a business, do something, be productive. Instead of living off the government, Section 8, welfare. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. Comment down below. That was an interesting video. But like I said, it's just the whole black stigma, and it's all black community, and like it just paints everything in a certain way, which is the reality of the world. But it's sad to see, is what I was getting at earlier. I mean, there's a lot of working class people in every different race, But for it to be painted like this, all the racist ones and all the people who are all about it, who have a solidified perspective on races and cultural backgrounds and people's ethnicity, that this is set in stone, and it's like the whole "I told you so" mantra. You know what I'm saying? But that's not validity, man. That's not validity. There's a lot of us out here, and a lot of folks out here in every shape, color, size that is hardworking, and appreciates, to tie it back to President Trump and the things that he's doing. You know what I'm saying? People's eyes are being opened now, and they understand. I think people are getting more educated on the political perspective. So comment down below. Let me know y'all thoughts, man. Peace, love, prosperity. We'll see y'all next time, man. We out. God bless.